Good day, my name is Saida Willox, and this video will review my 1 hour tech workshop and go through the rubric components as well. First, I'd like to use the rubric as a guide. So, first thing in the rubric, in the advanced section, was 3 or more handouts to support the learning objectives of the lesson, easy to use, well developed with accurate content. So, I decided to create a website. swilloxtechworkshop.weebly.com, and I posted my links on the homepage. I did my best to do that because I wanted to make it as easy as possible. So for my handouts, let's start there since that is the first item on the rubric. So for my handouts, I decided to create 3 quick sheets in Google Classroom. The first one was a sign-in quick sheet because many people have issues with that, just even with forgetting the link. So I made sure that the hyperlink was active so that they did not need to memorize that. And I used a lot of visuals. You'll see red arrows, and then I labeled my images throughout for my super visual people who may not want to read. And my second handout is a quick sheet on how to create a new class. Many teachers have multiple classes, so I felt that that was a great information to have, with a lot of visuals once again and arrows. So I tried my best to keep my steps as short as possible, and my visuals, make it more visual than text. My third handout was for embedding Google Forms in Google Classroom. And I had already met, and we had a session on Google Forms, so I didn't need to go too deep with a quick sheet with Google Forms. But once again, arrows and all my images are labeled here. Okay, so the next part of the rubric says online component supports the learning objectives of the lesson, easy to use, well developed with accurate content, no broken links, both recaps and extends participant learning, content aligns with the lesson plan. Okay, so I did post a copy of my lesson plan with all of my learning objectives, the standards addressed, and materials needed, step-by-step instructional process, as well as the assessment evaluation method. I used Weebly as my online component, and it does support the entire workshop and give access to all the tools, including lesson planning materials. Additional elements: a workshop lesson plan is included. Also, 2 more additional elements are included, such as YouTube video link, of the face-to-face instruction, instructional agenda, audio file of the instruction, promotional flyers, narrative, description of the input, etc. So I did include my agenda on my site as well. Fortunately, I was able to complete the entire agenda. I did go over 5 o'clock a little bit, but we had fun doing so. With the audio. So I did not have permission for video. However, audio was the compromise. So I did upload 4 different audio files of my workshop and the interaction between me and my coworker. And the next part of the rubric talks about addressing 3 levels of evaluation. I did do a pre and post survey, which can also be found on my tech workshop website. I used Google Forms for the pre-survey. I tried my best to keep the pre-survey below 10 questions for the sake of time. And I also have a post-survey tool. Post-survey tool was very similar to the pre-survey because I wanted a direct comparison. You'll see more open-ended questions on the post versus the pre. And I just added a few questions regarding the actual workshop versus content. The last part of the rubric mentions table of results following implementation evaluation instrument, and data is incorporated into a well-written 1 to 2 paragraph narrative that is included. Follow-up plans are addressed. So I included all of that in the data narrative. It can be found at the bottom of my website or at the top for easy access. I also plan to include this video at the top here once completed and posted. So you'll see here images of my pre-survey results as well as post-survey results from Mr. Bryden, and then my narrative at the bottom. This concludes all components of the rubric. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.